So if you notice, my words don't match my lips, and that's because GoPro has once again failed us and we have no audio. But you know what? That doesn't really matter because the garage is done, or at least as done as the contractor is going to make it. So let's go take a look at that. So the garage is done as much as the contractor is going to do it. I get to finish out the rest. So all these walls and stuff, I'm going to get to do that. We're going to have a wall here in between the shop and the garage. There is a bathroom right there where you see that sliding door thing that I don't like and we're going to replace anyways. The bathroom is also a little kind of messed up. So they were supposed to put a ceiling on it at about 8 feet, and then the framers just kind of got a little ahead of themselves and framed it all the way to the ceiling. So we're gonna redo that at some point soon. Then I spin around a little bit, don't really know why. Then if you do this cool thing where you can pass right through the wall, you're in the shop area. And over here they put a water heater, which was kind of an afterthought. It doesn't really work well there, and I don't want a water heater in my shop above my workbench, so I'm gonna change that too. But you know what, you can pass through the wall again, so that's cool. And I think I'm saying again that we're gonna take the ceiling down a little bit, but you know what, I already told you that, so let's move on. So over on the side of the shop here, we are planning on putting a pad to park the trailers and stuff so I can get them out of the front yard. We're also gonna do carport over it so we can park the camper there, and it'll be kind of sort of out of the elements. So that's coming up pretty soon too. Still need to do that. So in the shop, we've got this 2-post lift, and that needs to go up. So it's a 12-foot wide lift. The shop itself is about 20 feet wide, so we're gonna have 4 feet on either side of that. The ceiling in here is 16 feet tall, so there should be plenty of room for it. Rumor has it I once measured, but I usually measure wrong, so I'm not really sure. It'll probably be fine. And then I wave my hand about something. I'm not sure why. And then if you go over into the garage, I probably forgot to mention how big that is. So it's, well, there's a door here. Yep, and then yep, still a door. Okay. But the garage is 25 feet deep, so you can fit trucks and stuff in it. It's 40 feet wide, and then we've got, the bathroom over in the corner there. Make sure you close the doors so it doesn't get cold in here. You wouldn't want any cold air to come through those walls. But I think what I'm saying is I always wanted a shop separate from the garage so the garage can stay clean and you can just park cars in there, and then you do all your dirty work over in the shop. Then in the bathroom, we got all the plumbing and stuff for a sink, a toilet, and a shower. So we're going to be doing a garage bathroom project pretty soon here, because every time I'm out here and I need to go to the bathroom, I'm like, man, it'd be great if this bathroom was just done. So again, we do another little twirl. Not sure why. I think I was just in a twirly mood that day. And then are we going to... Oh, no, we almost went through the walls, but we didn't. More things about doors, I'm sure. I don't know what I was saying. But anyways, the audio is about to come back. We're going to be putting a greenhouse over on this side of the garage. It'll come out like probably right to the side of the tree, go all the way down to the end of the garage, come over this way. So the greenhouse is going to need water and power too, so I need to run lines for that. So whenever we're ready to put in the greenhouse, we can just tap into it, because hopefully the walls in the garage will be up by then. The electrical panel, unfortunately, I'm going to have to replace that right off the bat. There's not enough room. He left enough room. He knew I wanted to do AC and the car lift, so there's spots for that. And actually 2 of these are extra. He ran some boxes up there just in case I wanted to run off of them in the future, so I wouldn't have to go through the walls. But for the camper and the greenhouse, we're going to be needing more space, so I got to replace this guy. I'm going to have to move stuff anyways, though, because in the attic, let me show you that. So all these power cords are just kind of run all willy-nilly through here, and so I do want to deck up here and use this spot as storage, but you don't want, you know, power lines all on top of your floor, so I'm going to probably have to rerun some of these lines to get them out of the way. And another thing I need to figure out is where the attic access is going to be. So like a really easy thing to do would be to like cut a hole in that wall over there, and then you could get, you know, pretty big hole to access from the shop side. But the problem is I want to be able to leave this lift somewhere where I don't have to, like, you know, drive it around every time I want to get up into the attic, and, you know, just use it as an elevator, park it somewhere and just have it go up and down. So it might wind up going, well, probably not in the corner over there, but I don't know, maybe somewhere over, I don't know. I got to figure it out. Another thing I need to figure out over here is how to run the sprinklers, which is going to be kind of a problem. So what happened is there was actually like a sprinkler head like right here, and that was going to be perfect. And then obviously, like when they dug the foundation, they killed all the sprinkler lines. And I was like, you know, whatever, not a big deal. What I'll do is after they pour the foundation, I'll just run like a new line right here underneath the driveway. The thing is, there was like a huge pile of dirt sitting here for a while after they poured the foundation. And then one day they came and they started picking up that dirt and then laying the rebar for the driveway. I was like, okay, great, now I can lay the pipe. So I go to the store to get the pipe, and by the time I get back, they're pouring the driveway. So I never got a chance to run a line underneath here. So I think what I'm gonna do is tap into the water from the bathroom, run it up through the wall, come over here somewhere, drill down through the foundation, and try and get water out here to a valve so we can put like some plants out here so the tree will have water, that sort of stuff. And then I'll do like a paver walkway right here. I just didn't want more concrete over here because it's already, I mean, like we're living in a concrete jungle now. It's a lot of concrete. And for whatever reason, granted, when the painter started, these weren't on, but by the time they were done, these were on, and they didn't paint those. So I just need to paint those real quick. So all the garage door openers are side mount jack shaft openers, and in the garage, the tracks go all the way to the ceiling, or as close as you can get them anyways. And so that'll be great for in the future. If we ever get any more car lifts, we'll have plenty of room to lift stuff up in the air. In the shop, the garage door only goes up, it's like 12 and a half feet, something like that. And that may have been a mistake on my part. I told them it didn't need to go all the way to the ceiling because the lift here it's almost 13 feet tall, but then you have the safety bar. So the lift will probably match as high as the garage door is. But the thing is, I was thinking about like doing shelves all the way to the ceiling on this wall. And so now the garage door is cutting off access to that last, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet of wall. So if that becomes a problem, I'll probably raise this up at some point. I think all I need to do, it already has all the parts for a high lift door except for the track. So just unbolt stuff, move it up, add some more track, should be good to go. Oh, and then insulate the garage doors. So these are obviously not insulated, and this faces west, so it's gonna get a lot of sun, so I'm gonna wanna insulate the doors. All the switches and stuff I'm gonna switch out, no pun intended. So these are, you know, just basic light switches. And if you saw my home automation video, I like the switches where when you walk in the door, it has a motion sensor and they automatically turn on. So all the switches in the garage that control the lights are gonna get that. The other switches that control like the outside sconces that I still need to put on, I'll do smart switches on those so they turn on at sunset and turn off, you know, whenever I choose. So this water heater, I'm not too sure about. It's only a 4-gallon water heater, but it heats the water really hot. So like in your typical household water heater, it only goes up to like 120 degrees as a safety measure so you don't burn yourself. This, since it's so small, it heats the water up to 180 degrees. That way you have to use less hot water to mix with the cold water to get the water whatever temperature you want. We'll see how it does, but to be honest, I'm probably never gonna be taking a shower out here. It's just, you know, we were putting in a bathroom, so you might as well put in a full bathroom, I guess. Although, if I ever get in trouble with the wife and I get kicked out to the garage, maybe I'll be taking a shower in here. I don't know. Another thing I'm going to do on some of these outlets is take out these single gang boxes and put in double gangs, and then, you know, put 2 outlets in there. Now, I know you're only supposed to put like so many outlets on a circuit, but here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put something like, I don't know, a big piece of equipment in front of this one, and I'm never going to be able to get to it. And then I'm going to want to use that one. That one's only going to have 2 outlets, and this is not going to be enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and double some of these up right now. That way in the future, there's plenty of outlets to go around. And so Alan also had the idea to future-proof the garage for electric cars. So what I'm going to do, don't have any electric cars today, might in the future, I'm going to go ahead and run some heavy gauge wire through here, put some boxes in. That way, if we ever want to install car chargers for electric cars, the wiring is already in the wall. And so if you're wondering what happened to the first contractor, the one who, stole a bunch of money, didn't do any work, that sort of thing. So we are, as I mentioned before, we're suing him. He has declined to respond to the lawsuit, which basically means we win. We're just kind of waiting for the paperwork for that to go through. And then he'll owe me a bunch of money and I'll have to try and figure out how to get it from him. But that's proceeding. So we are going to now choose an angle at random and just kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That was way too shallow. I can see it. Oh God. Here we have the blue raspberry pickle beer, made in Texas by Texans. I've never been more ashamed to be in Texas. Yeah, that's a bad call. Yep.
I imagine if I were in the ocean, I'm picturing myself in the ocean drinking a blue Kool-Aid, and a crashing wave came, and I drank half my Kool-Aid, and a wave came and filled the other half of my Kool-Aid with salt water. And then I forgot about it, and I left it on the beach in the sun for a month, and then I came back and sipped it. That is blue raz pickle beer.
Oh, look, got the trim painted, but it was not without consequence.
What happened to you? Oh,
Is it funny?
No, you're dripping.
Yes, can you see the hose? Ow! Ow! Just kidding. All right, so that is progress. We got the new electrical panel installed here. I did wind up when I went to the store, I remembered that Square D makes these double breakers here. So at first I was trying to use those to keep the old box wherever it went over there, and I wound up with enough space for what I want to install now. But what we were really missing was if we're gonna do the electric car charging, the wires for that weren't gonna have a home, and I figured it was easier to just replace the whole box now rather than wait and do it later once the walls are up. So we do have most of the outlet work is done. You can see all the outlets are now at least double outlets here. We got a triple with the USBs, double all the way around down there, except for where the air compressor goes. And I did separate the circuits. So this wall is all one circuit, that wall is all one circuit, and this wall is now all one circuit. The welders, I didn't wind up chaining them like I said I was going to. They didn't look like they wanted to do that. So we've got one here, one there, and over here this big black wire. So this is 6-3 wire. It's some beefy stuff. So at some point there may be an electric car charger here and one down there. If we never get them, well, at least it's there and we have the option if we want to. The plumbing is officially done, or at least the water supply side of it. So we've got a hose out here now. That sprinkler is working. That's all down in here. All the piping up in the ceiling, I did go back and insulate all that, so that shouldn't burst, hopefully. I did decide I'm gonna insulate the walls in the garage, if anything, just for the pipes, so they won't freeze. Right here, we got the supply coming down. We just have a future hookup here for the greenhouse that we're gonna build on the other side of the garage. So whenever it's time, all we gotta do is drill a hole right there. I've marked it on the other side. We'll be able to tap into the water for that. Then we got 2 ice maker boxes here. One's going to be for the fridge that's in the other garage right now. It has an ice maker in it, so we'll have some more ice. And then for this one right here, I'm actually gonna get a just standalone ice maker. We go through a ton of ice in the summer with the boat and everything, so it'll be awesome to have an ice maker just dedicated to that. So we got all the sconce lighting up. It looks pretty good at night. But there's one thing kind of missing, one thing we could do to make this garage a little more awesome. So I think that came out pretty darn cool. Unfortunately, I can't really take credit for it. I did have the idea to do something similar, but I did not make this. My wife actually had it made for my birthday, which was a few months ago, and it just showed up, which is, you know, just in the nick of time. So not only does it look cool, but it also lights up. So let me know if y'all have any more thoughts for the shop or materials I should use, anything like that. And until next time, I think I'm gonna go to Home Depot probably more than once. See you later. This is one small step for dumb people, one giant step for dumb people. Alan's about to crawl inside the bounce house.
Good news, everybody.
Now when I say crawl inside, he's literally going inside the bounce house. Oh God! How do we zip it back up? Whoa, look at that. Look! We found the origin of the beast! I'll be honest, it's louder than I thought in here. Oh, it's full of leaves and crap. What's in here? I'm getting a weird popping sensation in my ears. It's like a high pressure. It's like going up in an airplane. It's hard to... surprisingly hard to breathe in here. Okay, we're gonna... How the hell do we get out? I'm ready to get out of here. Your ears kind of pop like when you go up in an airplane. Hey, I think the bounce house guy is here. Oh, hurry up. Oh, they're not gonna fold me up, are they? I don't want to go to the bounce house factory.